IBC Olakuke Akinpelu. I'm a global client relations and retention expert.
Level of trust and consistency you advocate for in your professional world?
Okay, I would say that is an interesting question. And why is it interesting? I'm a product of Access Bank, first and foremost. And I think Coronation is a subsidiary or a brand of Access Bank, if I'm not mistaken. So I run 3 accounts with Access Bank, and I already have that confidence with them. So it's no brainer that I will tap into any other business they are involved in, because I already know what it is I've been enjoying with the banking arm of the organization. So I've been so far so good. Does that suffice?
Yes, please. Next question is, how does the security of being well insured allow you to show up more authentically and confidently in high pressure client environments?
Okay, so it gives this level of confidence. You know, when you know you are insured, it feels like, what's the worst that can happen? So when you go into a customer environment, no matter how pressured or how tense the environment is, the question is, what's the worst that can happen? Anything that wants to happen, I'm insured rather. So it just gives this level of confidence that makes the engagement quite easy and smooth.
Yeah.
Oh, as opposed to the apologies.
It's not that bad. It's actually not that bad, so that's why I can say anything. So try to
I'm already doing that.
What is one common mistake you see women make in relationships, professional or financial, that prevents them from reaching their full potential?
Putting forward a watered down version of themselves in order to fit into, whatever structure there is now, or to fit into the stereotype. That's something that is deeply painful to watch, is deeply painful to see, when women have to water themselves down just because they want to fit or they want to have a seat at the table. A seat at the table that they originally and professionally have every right to be at or to be on, and then now you have to water down yourself just to gain that access. That's something that I find very sad.
Thank you. So the next question is, in a world that often demands immediate results, how has your investment journey taught you the value of patience and strategic nurturing?
I think that's simple. So when you get your reward instantly, so because I know there was a time I did an investment with your organization, with Coronation, and I got my reward like almost immediately. That sense of, oh, this is the reward in it, it was one off. And then, because I knew I wanted to keep feeling that way, I had to say, you know what, leave it alone, let it be yielding, let there be compound interest and all of that. And for every time I get maybe a bank statement or I get a notification to say your investment has grown from this point to this point, there's that joy. So it's no longer a one-off, it's now a long-lasting, satisfaction, so to speak.
The fifth question, in your role, how do you give your voice to advocate for women empowerment?
Okay, so as a global client relations and retention expert, and this is verifiable, what I do is I have some female clients, some female-run organization, and beyond selling a product, beyond selling a service, I give free consulting as it concerns the industry vertical where they operate or where they run a business. So I go beyond giving the service that is due to them from my organization, and I extend it to giving free consultation on how they can do better in running their business. And aside that, I pay the school fees of, and this is not to, I say this with all sense of humility, and I say it in light of the conversation that we are having right now. I also have women that I pay the school fees of their children, about 10 of them, and this is also very much verifiable. So because I'm a very strong advocate for women, that's just the truth. I know the struggles I've had to go through to even get to the level I am right now. Despite my education, my experience and all, I still practically have to struggle, to attain certain heights. So I try to make it easy for those that are coming behind me, that I have the opportunity to interface with.
Perfect. Thank you. This is the final question.
Thank you.
On this International Women's Day, what is your professional advice to women on retaining their own power and financial independence?
Audacity. Be audacious. If women can have if women can have 20% of the audacity that men have, if women can have 20% of the audacity that men have, we'll conquer the world. We just have to be audacious. Be audacious. That's just the word. I can't think of any other word to put forward. You must put that audacity forward. A lot of the things that myself and people that are within my space as per women have achieved in recent time, we did it on the premise of audacity. The certificate is there, the qualification is there, but the doors are still being shut against us. So you need to be audacious to go there and pull the door open. And put your feet inside, and that's what I've practically done all my career, and that's why I'm where I am right now. So I would say audacity. Take what belongs to you. Take it with full force, like your male counterpart would. That's simply it.
Thank you so much.
I have one question.
Oh,
I have a question. Earlier when you spoke about women watering themselves down,
okay,
even when they are in places where their voices should be heard. What came to mind was, so how do they actually open those doors? You just mentioned being audacious, but there are sometimes, I don't know, like there are instances where I've seen the same reaction from two different people, a man, a woman, right, about something. The man is like, he's very tough, he's very strict, he's disciplined, but the woman, why she's so rude, why she's so saucy, she's too bossy, right? So how do you change that thinking, that perspective, especially where you're a woman and the expectation is you should be a bit more mellow, a bit more soft?
See, I will be brutally honest with you.
Is it recorded?
Yes.
I will be brutally honest with you. You cannot change it. You cannot change that notion. And what I've found out in my little career is, in a bid to change that notion, therein lies that watering down that we are talking about. You're trying to, I don't want to be seen this way. I don't want to be perceived as being too aggressive. I don't want to seem like I'm too emotional. In a bid to do that, you're watering yourself down. Whether you water yourself down, whether you show up with audacity, whether you don't, the door still won't be open freely to you. So you may as well appear as your authentic self and be judged regardless, because they will still judge you. Even when you choose, to tone it down, you still won't get what you want. So what's the point? You may as well just appear as your true self. Let your work and result, because that's also something. Don't keep it just sentimental. Oh, the world is against me because I'm a woman, or the men have it better. No, also ensure that your work, your output, your result is also doing the talking. So a lot of times when I've had to argue or I've had to, really stand up for myself and all, I don't talk too much. I refer to the work. Forget about my personality, forget about me. Can you put my work forward, and can you put the person's work, whom you're comparing me with, can you put the person's work and let the numbers speak, let the output speak for itself, before we then start talking about the emotional and sentimental aspect of it. So to summarize this response is to say, you can't change that notion. We've been talking about International Women's Day for 115 years. Do you know what it means that you keep fighting and pushing for the same situation, the same message for 115 years. It's not something you're going to wake up one day and think the world will suddenly realign and start listening. So that's it for me.
Thank you.
Wrap yourself in it. Oh, I'm a group deputy general manager. When you move away from that professional career, there will be this emptiness. You now have to start struggling to introduce yourself to the world because they identify you with. And I can give instances. I don't know if you know Dupe Olushola, the CEO for Transcorp. If you are one that follow a career very well, you will see that there's a bit of that struggle for people to relate with her beyond the whole Transcorp thing. And that's the mistake a lot of women also make. We build our personality around the titles, around the job given by men. So when you upset them or when you don't dance to their tune, they break it off.
Right.
What's left?
So you need to build your
So you need to build a personal brand. Who are you outside your job? That's it.